Alrighty, so here we are back playing some more Tropico 6, and today we are on to the next episode in our 100% series, and we're moving on to the next mission, which is going to be the Referendum. So, according to Tropican superstition, when the Mayan calendar comes to an end, great changes can come about. So an archipelago with islands scattered across the sea like a constellation seemed the perfect place and opportunity to become Presidente for life. Cool. So we need to focus on factions and elections and the custom rules, or we have a time limit. And of course we're going to be playing on the hard difficulty, so let's get into it.
I'm sure you would agree that few things in life are truly certain, Presidente. Besides taxes and the inevitable zombie plague. And yet, I remember that blessed archipelago where you found a way to rule forever. Its islands were scattered across the sea like a constellation. And it was written in the stars that you would become Presidente for life. But only a Presidente of your genius could convince the people that it was their idea. Time is precious, Presidente. Especially your time, as you are the busy leader of a nation, and not just...
Cool. So, a number of things. First and foremost, when you're setting out to do this mission yourself, first thing you're going to want to do is actually restart the mission after the opening cinematic and simply skip, because we're on a time, time is important for this mission.
How the people cheer for you, Presidente.
And so it's really cool. This mission seems really, really nice, and I actually started this mission and then I failed it because, in like the most annoying way, I let a protest happen and then I ended up not like addressing it, which usually never happens to me. I usually deal with it right away. And then on top of that, I sort of started with the wrong things. I started by trying to get like industry all pumping along, and it ended up taking 2 whole years. And we only have 20 years to make sure that all of our stuff's coming to fruition. So first and foremost, we have a pretty decent population for like unemployed population. So what I want to do is we want to, like in Tropico 6 and all Tropico games, you can deal with all of your problems by having a lot of money, right? And so money's like the first thing that you always want to focus on, right? Because if you don't have money, then you just can't do anything. And yeah, so that's going to be really, really important. And what's the best way to make money in Tropico 6? Tourism. So we're going to start with that. And let's start by unlocking the hotel. Let's also start by getting a tourist port. And then we start with electricity, which is really nice. So we can set up tourism very, very quickly. So let's go ahead and zoom in. And let's actually lay down like a nice little road system. Ooh, we could even, you know what? We could just straight bridge. Like that, I think. Then let's extend all the way to this one as well. Cool. I like that. I like this a lot. So this is going to be our entire tourism industry out here. Let's extend this road out as far as we can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drag this down to not there, but here. Let's drag this on up to here. Drag that to there. Good, good, good. I like that, and let's go ahead and set up our first tourism. But yeah, that was really annoying to lose the mission, simply because I just didn't address, what's it called? A protest happening. Like, I usually never forget about those. I always address them, but sadly I forgot about that one. It was probably a blessing in disguise because we were just dealing with too much like waiting around for money to come through. And this should be a lot sooner. Like I was gonna set up the tourism industry next, and it would have solved like a lot of our monetary issues, but I didn't come back to it. Gonna be really nice to just start out by doing this. Let's unlock a casino. Casinos are always good for tourism. Give ourselves a bit of space back that way. Let's set up a restaurant, I think, for children to come visit. I think that's fine. And then we can do... a fun fair pier is probably going to be a good move as well. Let's do that. And then we want to make sure to put some parks around this to get a really nice service quality. That's looking really, really good. This will be really, really handy to have. And next up, I want to go through and let's get everyone's budgets all sorted out. Let's get the research lab done right away, or maxed out. And quickly, it is kind of annoying to have to go through and talk about all this again, but for the Constitution, let's go with all citizens vote, of course. The Armed Forces, let's leave this on pacifist state, because this will give us bonuses to the standing with all the superpowers. And by doing that, it's also going to decrease rebel threat buildup. But by getting the superpower standings up just a tiny bit, it's going to increase the amount of money that we can export all of our goods for. Ecology, let's do economy first. Separation of powers, let's do true separation for a liberty bonus. Personal rights, let's do privacy rights for another liberty bonus. Healthcare, we'll do paid healthcare. Cool.
Nuclear weapons. Do they still have a place in our lives? Or are they simply objects of Cold War nostalgia?
Let's max this out. Let's like just go around maxing out like most things. Not everything, but most things. Let's demolish that. Let's demolish you. Let's max this out. Let's get more hands for both of them. Let's max out the clinics. Let's demolish this prison. We don't need it. Let's get modern diagnostics and that upgrade there. Cool. Okay, so I'm liking the way that's all looking. And let's max out all of these, change them all to multicultural. Let's change these all to pasture prohibition, max out all the budgets on those. Demolish all the fast food joints. They're not giving a good service quality, and they're also just not a good building overall for us. Let's demolish all of the watchtowers. They're giving liberty penalties all over the island, and those are really annoying. Same thing with the checkpoints. Cool. Now, I think that's all doing pretty good. Let's max out the budgets here, and let's start going through for the researches. Let's do newspaper first, and then, of course, let's do radio station next. We want to get all of our media buildings done with right away. Let's do a TV station. Let's go ahead and get... Let's do a casino, and then the restaurant. Those are good for the tourism. And then next up, I want to do... We're going to need to focus on edicts. And so real quick, I'll talk about all the different edicts that we're going to be setting up. And before that, I guess, let's talk about which factions we're going to support. So we're going to go with capitalism and religious, these two factions. Push everyone towards them, and then try and get their faction standings above 70. Same thing with environmentalist. But these first two, capitalism and religious, will have these... we'll influence everyone towards these with solely newspapers. So both factions, so we need to cover every single zone where people live with 2 newspapers, and set one of those 2 newspapers to the capitalist work mode and the other one to the religious work mode. And then radio stations will have them push everyone towards the environmentalist factions, and then TV stations towards the intellectual faction. And that'll all be good. And so then how are we going to go about getting all of our... what's it called, some faction standings up, right? Capitalism, easy peasy. You just choose a bunch of different edicts and you build a bunch of like capitalist buildings, mansions and offices and stuff like that. That'll get that up to like 100 pretty quickly. The religious faction, there's going to be 2 edicts, or an edict and a constitution topic. So the constitution topic, if we look at like a standard faction standing, right, it's just 50. If nothing's going on, it'll be sitting at 50. So all we need is 20 points, right? And we can get 20 points, 10 from religion and state by pushing this towards the theocracy. So do this, and that'll be 10 points, we'll be at 60. And then 1 single edict will be good old days. This will give a, as you read the last sentence there, increases religious standing by 10. So that'll be all 70. And that'll be that taken care of. The environmentalist faction, there's just a couple of edicts that we need to turn on. First off, happy meat. Easy peasy, a cool 15-point bonus to the environmentalist faction standing, and then mandatory waste sorting. Just by doing those 2, we'll have another 70, another faction taken care of. And then the intellectual faction standing, how to get this to 100, really quite simple. All you got to do is push everyone towards the intellectual faction. You can just imagine if the entire population, all 176 conservatives, were pushed towards the intellectual faction. We just had like over 300 of them. Then all you got to do is build a bunch of theaters around. Make this like the main source of entertainment for your population. And then there's a special work mode called improv theater. And every time an intellectual, someone in the intellectual faction visits this building, there's a chance that it'll give a 1-point bonus to the intellectual faction standing, right? And if like hundreds of people visit these, you know, every month, then it'll very quickly give us 100 standings. So that's how we get standings on all of these factions here, up to 70 or higher. And then whatever else we need to do, we can do like broker things or something
now.
like...
I don't want to alarm you, but I'm going to
Oh.
need a rather prompt decision on these offers.
See how that says sold? I have a feeling that you can't spend your Swiss bank money to increase faction standings. So that's interesting. So we can't go about doing that.
Time is precious.
Constitution topics, we already did that. So now, before we do too much else, we're going to want to just make sure that we get all of this up and running properly. The tourist port, we could quick build this. Newspaper's done already, that's good. I know we have one over here, so let's change this to deal some profit. We'll leave it on the medium budget for now. Police stations, let's bump those up. Let's get second shifts. No, not yet. Let's spend all of our money on tourism right now. Like, let's spend an absurd amount of money on it. Can't put one there, that's annoying. Can do one here. And then one here, I think. I like that. Then there, and then let's do a parking deck for these guys to be able to use. Right here on the corner, I would say. Let's do it there, and then throw in a quick park. So this entire area is set up very well. Let's do one more entertainment building. Let's do a cabaret here. Perfect. So let's go into times 4 speed. All this just needs to get constructed on up and we'll be tip-top. Construction crews moving in. Tourist port will be done soon. Let's put all of the hotels on high priority. Make sure to get those done first. Oh, well, I guess we didn't really need to go about doing that.
Forget gravity. It's money that makes the world go around, Prez. It's the capitalist revolution.
Money makes people happy, right? And happy people vote how you tell them. They also work harder to make more money, then spend it on crap they don't need. Your popularity and my profit is guaranteed. It's science. Or at least the closest thing to science that I understand. So we need to have 3 shopping malls and have an average food happiness of about 50. And for that, we'll get to either research the global market economy for free or get a blueprint for the bank. And so getting the bank's probably going to be better because that's just free money technically. But global market economy definitely is a good option as well. Let's change this to tourist only. Let's max out the budget. Let's change this to tourist only and max out the budget. And we can change this to the double or nothing work mode because we researched it, right? Then we gotta increase the budget here. Let's get the flower lay dispenser would be nice, but we need a bit of money for that. Let's max out the budget here, make that for tourist only. the... no. Yeah, more light. This will give a service quality of over 100. First tourist ship, so we just need a bit of time for this to all get running properly. And then we'll be in like a really, really good spot. We'll just be making boatloads of money. Dance acts, burlesque acts, political acts. Playback equipment will be really nice. Let's pause up here. Let's get the more light upgrade here. Let's get playback equipment there. That's service quality of 88. Service quality of 100 there. Let's change this to kids menu. Increases the fee, which is important for tourism. Anytime you can increase the fee on a tourism building, you want to do it. So 82, let's get the freezer upgrade there. 92. And then what we want to do is actually get down an additional radio station to cover this entire area on up. So let's build that there. And then let's go ahead and build up just one single apartment for now. Okay, that's all looking good to me. Now we just need a bit of time for this all to really start to fill in. Let's go ahead and grab the flower lay dispenser. Yeah, it couldn't be more perfect. So once the first group of tourists actually end up leaving is when we'll start filling these all in very quickly. But just to ensure that we're getting the most out of this, let's spend a bit more money on a bit more hotels. I like the idea of one here, I think. Can fit one here. Oh, we can. Perfect. Let's do one there and then... let's do one here. No. Throw some roads out on this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Build this on down here. That to there. This to there. There. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. Good, good. I like that all. Can we fit in or purchase one more hotel? We can get one more. Let's do it there. Cool. And what we're going to do is put these all on Hotel Camarote to fit as many tourists into each of these hotels as possible. Once this radio station's done, we get the upgrade for it, which will increase all of the buildings around here by another 5 points. All the people that work in these buildings should make a well-off wage, which should allow them to all live in apartments, which will be nice. Let's max out the budget there. Let's change this to Radio Now. So we want all of our radio stations set to Radio Now. Then we want the music all day upgrade. Another 10 tourists moving in. Cool, cool. Hotel Camarote.
Hey, Presidente, sir. You know how nothing ever turns out like we planned? We've a new plan. Don't plan.
So level up the literacy program edict.
You know why our great...
We'll probably end up doing that. The tourists are probably going to want to visit this mostly. This is also good. This is really good. If we can get people to fill in this casino, I'll be pretty happy. 88 there, 88 there, 101 there, 92 here. Okay, cool. Surprised this isn't, yeah, this is always going to be like the most popular attraction. We'll just need time for this to all really come to working well, and then as soon as this is all done, once I'm all done setting down not only the tourism but also all the apartments for people to live in, then we'll start moving into setting up industry to be very profitable. We just need people to actually leave. Need tourists to get done with their stay.
That looks nice.
Back feels like £100.
100 pounds. Is there a tourist ready to leave yet? We just need one single tourist to leave. And then all of our hotels will get filled
If
in.
you would just sign this form.
Does it show? No. Oh, we have a bit of money. We'll just leave it for now. No one's left yet. That's not good.
I've got nothing against the big guy, but you can't sell tickets.
We don't want to make the, what's it called, capitalist faction upset, or the religious faction upset, so we'll try and avoid that as much as possible. Just because if they're upset, then we will be in kind of a rough spot. That'll be kind of annoying. Ah, tourists are leaving, I think, now. Amazing. And then all we gotta do is wait for one more tourist ship to show up. 13,000. We're still making good money, but we'll be making a lot of money soon, and then we'll just be able to get everyone's happiness up very, very quickly. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, like I'm saying, as long as you just get a lot of money moving into your island, then you'll never really run into any problems. So the first set of tourists have left, and that should give us a tourist rating. So previously I think it was either 0 or 10, and now it's up to 77, which means that the next ship to dock should fill in like probably half of all of our hotels, which means that all of our buildings are going to be making a lot more money. As you can see, this casino's lost us money over time. The Funfair Pier has made us a small amount. The restaurants made us a small
They
amount.
say war is good for business, but what's
But once we have all of these hotels filled in, they'll be making us way more money. Let's get music all day here. That pushes this up to 93, this one up to 93, this one up to 97, this one up to 104. That's all good to see. And so the casino is going to be the main moneymaker for a while. I shouldn't have had this on Double or Nothing. Let's leave it on Fair Play for now. Just because Double or Nothing pretty much makes it so that you have 2 casinos. I talk about this a lot, but you pretty much have to, yep, 200 tourists. You pretty much have 2 casinos. But the thing is that, what's it called? It pretty much costs a lot more money to keep it running, right? So you want to make sure it's always full, or you'll be losing twice as much money, like as much money as you would be losing if you had 2 empty casinos. So pretty important. And now once all of the tourists that just showed up, yeah, look at that. Boom. The casino's full. This building's full. This building's full. This building's
If there
full.
is a drawback to having increased popularity, Presidente, it is that it has become popular to disagree with you.
Tropico's own hacker elite, Bueno con los Ordenadores, or Bueno for short, have leaked our plans to use the Mayan prophecy to make you Presidente for life. Tropicans everywhere have taken to the streets in outreach. We must redouble our efforts to increase your popularity. Presidente for time is running out. I ain't afraid of no demo. People will protest at the palace. Let's negotiate. Fun happiness. Promise to raise it by 5
Your
points.
supreme leadership skill amazing.
Easy peasy. So we should be making some good money very, very soon, like over the next while here. So all we gotta do is get the fun happiness up a fair bit. Can we build our first theater? We can. Amazing. Good stuff. Let's rotate it like this. I hate to put buildings like facing each other with no space in between, but I think for now it'll be fine. And now let's look at the casino. So negative 2,700. You gotta wait for the people to actually leave the building to make the money. So yeah, these buildings are all looking alright, or not alright. Let's look at revenue. And then it's tourist services. So 19,000, and this should shoot up very, very soon for a while. 19,000 already up to 21,000.
To put your plans into motion, we're gonna need to empty some pockets, Prez. As it happens, I've got some pockets in mind.
Now, whose pockets are the deepest and with the least strings attached? Your campaign won't fund itself. To make Tropico great again, the Middle East is always cool-tempered business partner. I mean, it literally seems like a 50-50 decision here. Let's go with the Middle East.
Few things mark an occasion like firing assault rifles into the night sky, and I am hosting plenty of occasions.
You know, I don't really understand what it's like to need money, but I have noticed that people in this strange state of affairs are very compliant. Of course, I knew I could rely on you, my friend. So export 5,000 weapons, and we already have the standing up, so we just need to export 5,000 weapons. Interesting. So tourist services, 23,000. It should shoot up by like probably like 20k very, very quickly. 25k, there we go. Yep, look at that. We just made like $10,000.
Security isn't just a word, Presidente. I need your help to make sure...
Okay. Let's go ahead and pause things up, and now we can max out the budget on this, and we can change this to Improv Theater. Decreases the fee by 20%, but everyone can visit it, and that seems good to me. Let's go ahead and get the... So I already found this out. If we move this radio station over just a bit, to right around here, we can influence everyone on this whole first island with this building. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll go ahead and get the upgrade for it as well. Music all day. It's already on radio now. Perfect. Alright. And so these are giving a service quality of 81 with the upgrade. So that's good. And we're just going to want to... Well, first and foremost, let's do a beach resort, I think. Just to... We want to get as many tourists onto this main island and away from our population. Just so that... Or we want the tourists to stay on the touristy island, right? We don't want them to be polluting our population's fun happiness buildings. Let's build another building here. Let's do... I want to do like a lot of reorganizing, but we don't have the time to really be waiting around for all that. Interesting, all of our textile mills are full. That's good. That's a good sign. Let's demolish you. And let's place the theater here instead. Cool. And then let's even go over here and give these guys a theater. We want each of these little populations to have their very own theater. You make like a nice little park here, I think would be nice. Just like a park in between these two buildings. And we just let that all get built up. And as you can see, our money's constantly going up now, and that's amazing. That's what we want to see. I think what I might do is try and cut these episodes up into like equal parts. We should be able to easily complete this mission before, what's it called, we ever really need to worry about it. So tourist services, 20,000 pretty quickly. Very good to see. Gen tax, I want to change that, doubling nothing there, that's good. Unemployed 42. Let's set up some mines over here. Previously I found that we have access to gold deposit, and we can set up 2 gold mines there, which is a very good thing. And I want this road to be a bit more straight. Oops. What? Perfect. So 2 new gold mines, that'll be good. That's like how many job slots? 10 new job slots. So I want to start eating into the uneducated numbers there as much as possible. Yeah, so this is filling in with tourists, which is really annoying. Definitely don't want that to be the case. Also, all our research has probably gone through. Let's get good old days. Let's get mandatory waste sorting. Any other things that we want to research? Did I not research the theater? How do we have access to improv theater? Do we not need to research it? Oh, we didn't need to research it. Interesting. Anyways, 26,000 coming in from there. Tourism's good, but it is going to make fun happiness worse. That's really annoying. So we gotta build up like fun happiness buildings for everyone. Yeah, so this is completely chock full of nothing but tourists, so we need to do something about that. We just need to build like a bunch of fun happiness buildings for these guys so that they stay away from our population. Beach resort's done. Let's max out the budget there. Let's do automated beach cleaner just to make sure that people want to come here instead. Let's do another beach resort. Right there. And it seems like it's the children that want to come and bother my population. So let's do an aqua park next. Maybe a movie theater could be good as well. So let's do that and that. And then honestly an arcade I think would be good to sort of keep them away from my population. That's funny, a casino right next to an arcade. Oh, look at that, bunch of money. Let's quick build these just to get them up sooner. Max out the budget there. Let's max out the budget here. International ranking system. Online. Yeah, there we go. That seems good. Only service quality is 68. That's not great at all, but should be alright. Maybe we build up another restaurant as well. I think that would be a good move. Let's put it here, and then let's do a, what's it called, cocktail bar here. Let's quick build these on up. Max out budget, kids menu, freezer, max out budget. Oh, let's plan ×1 for the time being. Just because I don't want to quickly pass like too much time too quickly. Let's max out the budget on all of our theaters. Maybe that was sort of the issue there. Let's demolish this. Don't really want that. It's still full of nothing but tourists. That's really annoying. It sucks that the Fun Happiness was the first thing that they were poking holes in. It would have been nice if they would have been like Faith Happiness or something. But that's fine. And now we have even more tourists to worry about. Maybe we build a second casino. I think that would be a good move. What else did I just purchase? Did I purchase something else? Oh, the aqua park. Let's do that. Ooh, we could do a roller coaster as well. And then we need to do more apartments out here because there's definitely not enough housing. And then we don't want shacks to spring up around here because that'll really start to decrease the beauty, and a lot of these buildings depend on beauty. Oh, did we make these all for tourist only? No, not yet. So let's do that. Want to make sure they're all set to tourist only so that we're generating good money off of them. Let's do a movie theater as well. We can't do it there. That's so annoying. That spot's like not good. Let's do this here. And I think this is enough tourists, honestly. That's enough hotels. So let's go ahead and get the urban development planning. We don't want to do no free lunch, even though this is like a capitalist thing. Reason being is that it's going to decrease the religious faction standing. So we don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and research employee of the month and turn that on. Anything else that we want? We want child allowances. Religion and state, let's pick that up as well. The right to arms, this is going to be a good one. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And then we just want like capitalist things. Let's go ahead and grab the customs office. It's going to be good no matter what. National Day, this could be a good one. Decreases or increases efficiency of taverns and cocktail bars. We'll worry about that potentially later though. Modern times, anything important. Global market economy, that's going to be a good one. But again, we'll worry about that with time. Beach resort, that probably just makes it so that only rich people can go to it. Okay, so I think for the next little while we'll focus on... Well, let's get this island completely finished off, honestly. Let's do apartments anywhere that we can. Well, just with any money that we get. And then this entire island is just going to be making us so much money. Yeah, look at that monthly income, 380, and we're only spending... So each whole hotel is generating $280 a month. That's huge. You know what we might even do? Is let's research state loans. I think this will be huge. This is a risky idea, but I think it'll be absolutely massive. Let's issue that. Let's issue the right to arms. Let's issue state loans. Mandatory waste sorting, good old days. Happy meat.
Studies show.
Cultural diversity. Don't need to worry about that. Okay. So now, what we can do is... Let's revamp up this entire area, right? Because I previously did this on the last attempt at this episode, but it sadly fell flat because we were just taking too much time to make any money. And with that, what's it called? With the edict, state loans, we're losing $667 per month for the next 10 years. But the thing is that just 3 full hotels will pay for that. So we're making, it's like non-stop profits, profits. And with this 50K, we can do a lot of really cool stuff very quickly. Let's put this here as far this way as we can. Can you relocate you now? No. Nope. Annoying. Let's demolish this, and then we're gonna want to... Let's demolish all of this on a... Let's demolish the llama ranches. Let's demolish this corn plantation. Demolish these roads. Let's change it to something more like this. Good. Okay, I like the way that all looks. Now, the reason we're just demolishing all of these plantations and ranches is because these are probably just adequate enough to fuel these textile mills, but I have a way better idea. And that's to actually switch everything on over to hydroponic plantations and whatnot. So let's start with a total of 4 cotton plantations. And I already done all the planning for all of this, so all we need to do is, I think I did this. No, I did this, I think. And then let's go ahead and set up factory ranches. And we're going to want 2, and these are going to be on Llama Ranch. And then we're also going to want 2 corn plantations. And then let's do 2 sugar plantations here. Perfect. Going to ×4, and I hope that all this gets built up very quickly. The sugar plantations are going to be giving bonuses to all the other plantations, and then the corn is going to, let's put these on high priority, get them done first. The corn's going to supply the llama ranches, and then cotton is of course going to supply the textile mills, the ranches again to the textile mills, and then we can do something with all the sugar that we're going to be producing. So first and foremost, let's turn these into rum, and I want this area over here to be sort of like a rich people area. So let's go ahead and do, I think, this. Let's demolish, no, we don't need to demolish any housing for the time being. But what I do want to do is let's demolish this church, and then let's actually build these guys their very own cathedral. Very expensive building, but it'll be really nice, I think. Right here, this area looks a bit goofy, just like a bunch of buildings kind of smashed together, but I think it'll be fine with a bit of time. And yeah, our tourism area over here is just gonna be making us boatloads of money. We need to get fun happiness up like ASAP, so maybe I should focus on that instead. You know what we could even do is just keep it real simple and build like some stadiums. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do, just so that we're not sort of dooming ourselves. That would be really annoying. If we build up 2 stadiums, then I reckon we'll have enough money to, what's it called, or I reckon that we'll have enough fun happiness to get this up to at least 48 pretty easily. So off just the tourism alone, we had enough to unlock it, and then with the amount of money we're making from this export, we should be able to buy at least one. How much are they? 21,000? Yeah, we should be able to buy one there. No, maybe not, because we spent a bunch of money, but that's alright. Spent a bunch of money. I wonder what our faction standings are looking like. Nothing too amazing. Environmentalists are up at least. The religious faction, why are they upset? They're getting plus 10 here, but then minus some from the apartments. They don't like apartments, which is really annoying, but that'll be alright. And then the Constitution, we need to change that to theocracy once our first election pops off. Cool. And there's our very first stadium. So let's see if we can, we can't quite fit it here. Ooh, we could fit it here. I like the idea of sort of something like this. I think that looks kind of cool. And then let's move these Teamsters offices just out of the way. I don't think that they look good there. Let's demolish you, finally you're in the way. Can put both of these guys here. Cool. I like that a lot. And then we can even do another stadium, and I think we'll put this one over here for these guys. Just a little bit more money. There we go.
Busy.
No. There we go. These guys will have their very own stadium now. And then all we gotta do is make sure that everyone's getting a well-off wage. So let's start bumping up some budgets on anything that we really need. Let's max out the budget on those. Max out the budgets there. Make sure those are up. That's all up. This is all up. That's all up. Mines. Let's do that. How are edicts looking? We have child allowances. That's good. Mines are all good there. Let's demolish you. Don't need it. That's looking good. Let's max out the budgets there, I guess. That's all looking good. I think everyone makes a well-off wage. Like, almost everyone. There's a couple buildings, like the groceries and stuff, that don't, but everything should be pretty close. Deals and profit. Let's grab that. Let's demolish these. Mines are looking good. Let's max out the budget there. Max out the budget there, why not? Cool. So I think we're looking good. How much is corporate business making us? 58. Good, good, good. Put this on high priority. Same thing with you. Let's get those done now. Cool, cool, cool. A bunch of tourists just left, but the next ship should bring a bunch in. We're still making boatloads of money, even though those aren't... Even though we don't have any tourists on the island, really. Like, half of them just left. Very good to see. Good old days, levels up, that's nice. And so what does suck about pushing a lot of people away from, or like getting them into another entertainment building, is that they're probably not going to want to really go into the improv theaters, which does kind of suck. Oh, you know what? Let's cancel these. It looks like finally we've freed up enough room from our, what's it called? Constant building of really nice entertainment buildings here that, ooh, we just need, let's do, oh look at that, $77,000, holy cow. We're rich. Let's do a radio station over here for these guys. You know, we could do one like that. Oh no, we can't. Let's do it there. Quick build that on up. That reaches everyone here. We have a radio station there, one here. We just need one more here. Let's do that. I think there's fine. Quick build that on up. Let's max out the budget on these. Let's get music all day on all of those. And let's change these to radio now. Perfect. So, it looks like we freed up enough tourists like away from our theaters to let everyone get into our theaters. So they're all giving us a service quality of 81, which means that now finally our fun happiness has been going up. So that's good. And I think once all of this is finished constructing them, we're gonna start trying to get all the different food happinesses, and I think that'll be pretty snazzy. Cool. Very good to see. But we're roughly, I think, around a third of the way through this mission. So we have 14 years left. Yeah, so we've gone through, what is that, 6 years? And so yeah, we'll split these up into episodes where we roughly spend like a third of the years to the referendum. And then the final episode, I think I kind of want to, I know that we'll get it all finished before the actual like referendum. And I really like this setup. I like this island sort of, so I think we will go through and sort of just like finish the entire episode. Or not the entire episode. I think we'll just kind of like beef it up on the final episode, make it look just quite a bit more nice. Set up more tourism, set this entire thing up for tourism here, set up all sorts of industry buildings, set up all sorts of just really cool stuff, I think. Get these entire like 4 areas here just completely maxed out, and I think that'll be a pretty cool thing to see. Let's go ahead and fill up that. But yeah, anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to follow along with the rest of the Tropico 6 100% series, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.